Hello, everybody. I'm Rogan. Welcome to the Labyrinthium, where I minotaur it like a like a pro, like a pro minotaur. Uh, Welcome to October. I know you must be enjoying it as much as I am. We all enjoy everything around here these days. I know. I know. It's just hard not to be overwhelmed with the enjoyment. I thought I would watch some horror movies, some classic horror movies I hadn't seen before, so I could recommend something fresh for Halloween. I actually ran into two movies worth recommending right away at once. Now, why I can't be in focus while I recommend them, I don't know. Is that grain? Is that supposed to be like that? It's really not. Um, so yesterday I saw for the first time a movie called Night Monster. It's 1941 or 1942, I think, something like that. Bela Lugosi is in it. I don't know. I hadn't heard of this movie before. It's sort of the second generation of Universal horror movie classics. So I don't know. It doesn't get mentioned much. It's true. Bela Lugosi's hardly in it. It's an ensemble cast. He doesn't get many lines. In fact, there's parts that are obviously better for Lugosi than the one he's playing. I'm not sure what happened there. And as far as special effects, monsters, human monsters, yeah, I don't know. There's not much going on with makeup and special effects in this movie. A little bit, shot or two. But setting all that aside, um, it's really well written. It's really well directed. I saw Ford Beeb's name in the credits. I feel like I hallucinated it. That guy, he directed serials mostly. He was one of the directors on the Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon serials that are still pretty famous. If you haven't seen the original Flash Gordon serial, the first one, it's great. It's I don't know. Night Monster is about a series of peculiar murders in the swamp outside a mansion in the swamp, and it's sort of an old dark house thriller. It's sort of a drawing room whodunit kind of mystery. It's sort of one of those 30s human monster movies. It's got a menacing medium and a seance sequence that's really cool. It's got really strong female characters. If you're reading for subtext about race and gender, Night Monster is just great. The elements about gender, the female characters, the sexual menace toward them, it's doing some heavy lifting there. There's a lot of Freudian infrastructure in the storytelling in movies like this from this period almost all the time. This one is laying it on thick and getting away with it. It's really good. Reminds me a little of The Beast with Five Fingers. Nothing as good as The Hand in it, but that has got a sequence with a skeleton that's pretty cool. Yeah, I had no idea this movie existed, so I'm pretty enthusiastic about it. Like I said, if you're watching for Bela Lugosi, you're gonna get poorly served if you're watching for special effects. No, it's more like a mystery, but it's great. The other movie, I'm still watching it actually. I'm about 15, 20 minutes from the end here. Is Night of the Ghouls, the Ed Wood picture. Look, I somehow didn't know that Night of the Ghouls exists. And it's apparently a sequel to Bride of the Monster, or at least I think Tor Johnson is playing the same character in both movies. I don't know. These movies take place in the long, dark 3 in the morning of the soul, so it's hard to remember. Yeah, I've seen Bride of the Monster several times. I don't know how I didn't know this movie existed. I really thought that Ed Wood's early ridiculous period only comprised the 3 pictures: Glenda, Glenda, Plan 9, Bride of the Monster. This one's right in there. It might, I don't know. It's fresh to me. I haven't seen it before. It's pretty great. It is like those other 3, expressive of Ed Wood at his finest. I don't know who it was who said of Ed Wood that he was a genius without talent, but that is accurate. If you've never seen any Ed Wood movies, man, I don't know. this might actually be a better place to start than the others. It's a little bit more energetic. Like you can sense that he knows he's got a cult following, even though he sucks. I don't know. I really like it. And I haven't got to the end yet. It's 15 or 20 minutes from the end. They just caught the cops snooping around. I think that probably happens more than once, actually, catching the cops snooping around. In fact, it's already happened 4 or 5 times. It doesn't really narrow it down. Yeah. So it's October 2nd, and this idea I had that I could come up with a movie to recommend for every day of October so far, I got it. Like, the first is Night Monster, and the second is Night of the Ghouls. But not only that, Night Monster seems to be a little bit of an influence on Night of the Ghouls. Like, I think Ed was a big fan. Like, they'd make a good double feature, like a studied double feature, and that was entirely by accident. I'm just jumping around from titles of interest as I wander through random generated lists on IMDb. Yeah, I got to get ready to go to the day job. It's like 7 in the morning here. Yeah, I recommend both those movies a lot. Stay cool. Don't get too depressed or distracted. It's going to start heating up around here, if you know what I mean. And I don't know what I mean at all.